pretty scary because he can't eat real food yet. So it's like, if we don't have no milk, then we don't know what we're going to do.
We had tried everything for her. Sorry.
Parents struggling to feed their babies. For many, it's getting harder and harder to find the infant formula they desperately need. The formula shortage began in the early days of the pandemic, but the situation has become much worse. Labor shortages and a major product recall has panicked parents facing empty store shelves and few options. With me now are the founders of ByHeart, the first new infant formula makers in more than a decade. In fact, they are one of only 5 makers in the U.S., and their factory is in Redding, Berks County. Ron Belldegrun and Mia Funt, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
The two of you understand the complexity of this current situation more than anyone. So explain to us, why are there only 5 infant formula makers in the country?
Absolutely. I'd love to talk about that. I'll first off say we're launched in a shortage, in a crisis that is so difficult for parents across the country. We feel the anxiety and pain of this moment. We ourselves are parents. I'm a mom of 3 with a 10-month-old who's actually drinking ByHeart. Ron is a dad of 1 with 1 on the way any day now. And you know, it's a moment where we're speaking with thousands of parents who are feeling so much anxiety. And we at ByHeart are really proud that as one of only 5 manufacturers in this country, we can be part of the solution and do everything we can to continue feeding babies highest quality infant formula.
I know a lot of parents watching are looking for formula right now. What is your supply situation right now?
Look, we've seen unprecedented demand since our launch 2 months ago. We've seen new customers spike to a level that are pacing at 15 times our most aggressive projections for the year. This dynamic is changing day to day. Just last week, we took in something like 3 months worth of new customers in a single week. And so we temporarily paused taking new customers while we reevaluate the pace at which we can accept new families. We've gone to where we have by always making the responsible and sometimes tough decision. Right now, that had to be a commitment to our current customers, that anyone who's even bought a single can of ByHeart will have the supply they need for the entire duration of their feeding journey for their baby, because this is sole source nutrition and they cannot run out. But as one of 5 manufacturers, we feel an immense responsibility to be part of this solution. So we are investing heavily, we have control, and therefore we expect that we'll be back to taking new customers in the near future. And some of the actions we're taking now directly could have the potential to feed another 500,000 families, some nearly 13% of this of new births. Some examples of that are we're running 24 hours a day today, 5 days a week. We're moving to 24/7. We're hiring relentlessly. We've hired a whole nother shift at our plant, and we're in process of hiring a whole nother shift in our plant in Redding. We are looking at expanding our manufacturing footprint. We committed another $30 million in investing in our infrastructure. We do not, we are in this ourselves. Just to tell a single parent that we need to pause is devastating. And so we are working every single angle to bring online very quickly, much more supply and much more sustainably become really part of the solution to this national crisis.
Let's talk about solutions. When you look at the situation nationally, when do you see it getting better, and what has to happen for that to occur?
Look, first I'll say that I think it's great that the administration and regulatory bodies are taking swift actions for near-term solutions to a very urgent problem, and that is that there are many parents without sole source nutrition. But we also need sustainable solutions, and that is only going to come in the form of investing in domestic infrastructure. We're in the United States. We need to make sure that never again is there a situation where one company has a recall and 40% of the country is without sole source of nutrition. And that will only come by investing in domestic infrastructure. We are the first infant formula manufacturer in 15 years. We are the most recent FDA registration. We have the infrastructure. We are investing heavily, as I said, to enable up to another 500,000 new families to be fed, but we can't do it alone. We need more support from state and federal officials, and we're trying to rally really an ecosystem around it. Because the fact that every other new entrant that has come into this space in the last 15 years have all taken the same path, which is to outsource to the one and only contract manufacturer and rely on existing recipes, means that that doesn't bring new manufacturing infrastructure, and that doesn't bring new clinical research to innovate for babies. At ByHeart, we really set out to create the most wholesome and functional alternative to breast milk. So we invested in infrastructure and manufacturing. We invested in major clinical studies, and we hope that other companies will do the same so that we don't find ourselves in this situation again.
Well, Ron, Belldegrun, and Funt, thank you so much. We'll have to leave it there. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having us.